Good day, friends. Welcome to the Pastor on the Porch. For the past few months, I have been sharing that the United Methodist Church would be holding a special general conference to discuss human sexuality and LGBTI inclusion issues. The general conference met in St. Louis these past few days and made some important decisions. But before I speak to the results of the general conference, let me say, I believe, as many have said before me, it is the local church that is the hope of the world. The church will always be most fruitful, and missions will always begin at the local level. As for Southport Trinity United Methodist Church, we will continue to work hard to burst forth into the community with Christ's love for all people. That is the vision we have been given, and nothing that happens on the denominational level can change that. We have loved each other, and we will continue to love each other. We have always welcomed everybody, and we will continue to welcome everybody. I said before General Conference, and I believe it now, nothing will change at Southport Trinity UMC unless we allow it. I believe God's Spirit is alive and will continue to move mightily in our midst. Well, back to General Conference. In short, the conference passed the so-called traditional plan. With this decision, the United Methodist Church stance on homosexuality will remain virtually the same. The short form reads, "We affirm that all persons are individuals of sacred worth, created in the image of God. The United Methodist Church does not condone the practice of homosexuality and considers this practice incompatible with Christian teaching. We commit ourselves to be in ministry for and with all persons." It further says, "Our buildings are not to be used for LGBTI unions, and persons who are self-avowed practicing homosexual are not to be ordained or appointed to our churches." The General Conference also made some decisions to add more accountability for clergy, conferences, and bishops to ensure policies are upheld. Honestly, it is a little bit more complicated than that. Some of the decisions may be deemed unconstitutional, and some of the work that wasn't completed will have to be revisited next year. Regardless, the United Methodist Church position on LGBTI inclusion remains the same. Many of you no doubt support these decisions. I know that some of you are even sighing with relief. There are those within our Trinity family who cannot fathom that there would be any other way, and I respect that. However, for myself, many at Trinity, and a great number in the United Methodist Church, there is a great deal of sadness, hurt, and for some, even anger. I have spent much of my time this week talking with people who don't understand how we could come to this decision. They feel completely displaced, unwanted, unwelcome, and unloved. Perhaps that is not what was meant by the action taken, but that is the result. This includes a lot of young people who view this issue very differently. This isn't because they don't believe the Bible or because they don't follow Jesus, but simply because they look at the Bible and life a little differently. Honestly, I don't know what is next for the larger church, the United Methodist Church. There is a significant amount of pain. Some will leave and never again return to a church. Others will find another denomination. I don't believe that God, though, is finished with the United Methodist Church. I do want to say something especially to my LGBTI friends and their families. Despite what some people say, do, or think, you are beloved by God. You are valued. You and your families are welcome at Trinity. All people are welcome at Trinity. I'm going to say that again. Everyone is welcome at Trinity, no exceptions. We may fail at doing this at times. All churches do. But we will love, as that is the new and greatest commandment, and Jesus always welcomes us just as we are. Before General Conference, I wrote these words: "We are a diverse group of people from many different places and have always had differences. Through God's Spirit, we have been able to work together amidst our differences, and God has used us in mighty ways. When we have chosen to love each other and work together despite these differences, and I believe that is the Jesus way. Friends, nothing that has happened in St. Louis this week has changed that. Last night I walked into Morrow Hall for our wonderful Wednesday activities and saw people hugging, laughing, talking, and giving each other love and support. There was probably a little discussion about the events at General Conference, but beyond that there was joy and there was unity. That is what the church must be about. We are still one in Christ Jesus. We will welcome all people, and we will proclaim that Jesus stands in our midst and gives hope and love to everyone. Trinity friends, we will continue to burst forth with Christ's love for all people. That is our vision. That is our way. May God bless you in your ministry and your journey.